Are you doing okay with money? Even if you're making progress, it might not feel like you're doing really well financially. You might think there's always someone your age who seems to have a lot more money. It can be tough to really look at your own money situation honestly. But checking some simple money measures can help you see things more clearly and understand how you're doing. In today's video, we'll discuss 9 signs you're doing well above average financially. Consider giving us a like and subscribe to this channel if you find this video helpful. 1. You can pay your bills on time. According to Energy Star, the typical US household spends more than $2,000 annually on utility bills. This amount depends on some factors, such as the quality and size of their living space, among others. Paying bills can be a challenge for the average person. That's why they sometimes pay utilities, including electricity and internet late, which can affect their credit score. This is not a problem for you because you pay your bills on time. You have a good credit score, which is a sign of financial stability. It also means you're mature and responsible with how you use your credit. Being a financially mature citizen, you make payments on time. This doesn't only reduce your stress, but keeps your credit score in good standing. You can say that you're financially more stable than the average person, even if you don't feel like it, if you pay your bills on time each time, because you know that late payments can hurt your credit score. Financially mature people who are doing well in their finances set up automatic bill payments, so payments are always paid on time, even if they forget it. They do it by setting up recurring payments from their savings or checking accounts. The financially savvy create a budget, which allows them to pay for their bills and expenses, and avoid late fees at the same time. In addition, they include these bills in the budget and always use reminders on their app, phone, or calendar to remind them of when the bills will be due. Most importantly, they prioritize paying their bills first, with the most urgent ones handled immediately. 2. You know your spending triggers. What is a spending trigger? It's an emotion that leads you to give in to impulsive spending or spending temptations. Typically, a spending trigger makes you spend money to replace or magnify a feeling you are currently at subconsciously. So if you're happy, you tend to buy a treat to make you more comfortable. But being financially literate, you don't give in to spending triggers. People with emotional spending behavior tend to spend more than they planned on things they don't need. For example, when they feel bored or lonely, they tend to overspend because buying something they don't want or need helps them momentarily reduce negative feelings. It gives them an endorphin surge, making them feel good quickly. However, this feeling of pleasure or satisfaction subsides quickly too, once they receive their credit card billing statement. But in your case, you never intend to dull any of those natural human emotions through overspending. When you're feeling the blues, you call a friend and have a conversation. Engage in a hobby, watch a movie, or play basketball. Sometimes you might start a new project, such as decluttering your home. This can give you a feeling of accomplishment. And as you're also looking after yourself, you get light exercise, releasing feel-good brain chemicals like what others get from shopping. Here's another example. When you receive unexpected cash, let's say a work bonus or tax refund, you don't spend this money frivolously. Instead, you treat a bonus, overtime pay, or birthday cash seriously. Why? It is because money is money, even if it doesn't come from a paycheck. This is the opposite for other people. When they receive a bonus, they consider it fun money to spend any way they want. But as for their salary, they think it is serious money that must go to bills and other home living expenses. 3. You don't flex your status. You're more financially stable and mature than the other guys when you don't have to flex your wealth or accomplishments. You don't buy and flaunt status symbols to imply, hey, I'm rich. What are those status symbols indicating someone is rich? Status symbols include designer fashion, specialty bikes, luxury cars, fine and aged wines, expensive pets, cruises, and blings, like Rolex, diamonds, and gold jewelry. You're not buying for status or showing off on social media. You don't also seek the wrong things, like collecting material possessions, such as cars, that depreciate. After a year, a car's worth would be less than 20% of its original price. Then, every year following the first year, a car depreciates between 15% and 25% until its 5th year. So, needless to say, it will lose about 60% of its value after 5 years. You're above average financially because you're not buying for status. You dislike shopping sprees or buying non-essentials for the sake of spending money or showing off on social media. As you are financially mature, you don't shop for fun and ultimately never buy items you don't need. Instead, you do careful planning for things you want to purchase. It is because you know your budget. That's why you know how much money you have. You also review your monthly budget, knowing where to cut here and there. 4. You have an emergency fund. You're above average in your finances if you have an emergency fund that covers at least 6 months of living expenses. According to the Bloomberg report in January 2023, 2 in 3 Americans cannot cover an emergency expense worth at least $400. However, this is an essential tool to become financially stable. You are on the right track than the average American because you have been able to tackle having an emergency fund. For average folks, they might be able to pay their debt off, but they are more likely to end up taking out a loan again when an emergency arises. What are these emergencies? It can be a medical expense, a huge car repair, or a significant home repair. You are above average financially, even if you don't feel like it if you can save up for the rainy days. And this makes you feel comfortable knowing that you can spend this money for when life throws you a lemon instead of piling up debt. As you're financially mature, you have a saving goal that is specific and realistic. And as you reach it, you think of increasing this fund. It's a good sign of maturity. You have a goal, you stick to your plan, and you don't lose sight of your dream. You ensure you accomplish your financial goals, including building an emergency fund. This goal keeps you on the right track and motivated. It's just like running a marathon. And more importantly, you have a specific monetary plan. In 2022, the average monthly expense of a single adult person was $3,693. So, for a 6 months' worth of expenses, this totals $22,158. So, if you target setting up an emergency fund of this amount, you need to save $1,846 per month and multiply by 12 to accumulate this amount. 5. Meet your saving and spending target. 60% of adults are living paycheck to paycheck. On top of that, 4 in 10 of them are high-income earners, according to the February 2023 New Reality Check. It is one of the primary reasons that people don't meet their saving and spending targets or budgets. But then, this is not your problem being financially independent and above average in your finances, even if you don't feel like it. Financially mature individuals, you know how to map your income and spending habits. You also understand the big picture of where your money is coming from and going to. Tracking spending is one of the excellent finance habits of financially literate individuals. You track your expenses, such as loan payments, rent, and credit card spending. You also keep a tab on your movie tickets, lunches, and other expenses. What's better, you can also track your expenses through an app or Excel sheet. Additionally, you budget for essentials and cut the cost of the extras or non-essentials, like unused subscriptions. You also automate your bill payment. Thus, you never miss one. As a result, you also keep a good credit standing. And by the end of each month, you still have money automated in savings. Finally, you practice intelligent shopping habits and do not buy on impulse or do emotional spending. 6. You are living below your means. People living beyond their means encounter several problems in their finances, including high credit card balances and no savings in the bank. So, if you're living below your means, you're in luck because you have already tackled these common issues of people living beyond their means. You are living below your means because you have savings in the bank, and these savings are automated monthly. You also can invest for long-term goals, including a retirement plan. Financially literate individuals living below their means also have a financial plan in place because they want to achieve their financial goals. In addition, you understand your income, knowing your income sources. You also learn how to create a monthly budget, and you stick with it using the 50-30-20 rule, wherein you allocate half of your income to essentials, 30% towards fun, and 20% for debt reduction and savings. And if you plan to purchase high-ticket items like a new car, you save up and only buy it when you can pay in cash. Kelley Blue Book data revealed that the average cost of a new car, as of March 2023, is $48,008. So if you buy a car at this cost, and you plan to save for it for 3 years, you put aside $1,333.55 monthly for 36 months. Living below your means is one of the signs you're above average financially than others. 7. You manage debt. According to the Federal Reserve, the debt of U.S. households reached $16.9 trillion by 2022's end. This figure is up $2.75 trillion since 2019. Americans also owe $986 billion on credit card debt, up $927 billion pre-pandemic. Shockingly, Americans also owe $1.60 trillion in student loans, $11.92 trillion in mortgages, and $1.55 trillion in vehicle loans. You are better off financially than most people because you manage debt effectively. 1. You pay on time, resulting in a good credit standing. And because you automate payments, you never miss a payment. 2. You monitor your credit and ensure they're accurate. Third, you pay more than the minimum payment amount, helping you pay down your debt faster and improve your credit score. And 4, you know your limits and take on new debt only when necessary. 8. You are financially literate. You can also tell you are above average financially when you are financially literate. What is financial literacy? You can understand and use your financial skills in investing, budgeting, and money management. In short, you and money have a good relationship. But then, you didn't become financially literate overnight because you've invested in learning about it. As a result, you become financially educated. What are the signs of it? You have a diversified investment portfolio. This means your money is in different investments, such as retirement savings, real estate, and stocks. In addition, you have multiple income sources and live by Warren Buffett's principle. Never depend on a single income. Make investment to create a second source. So, when one stream dries up, you will not be left with nothing. And finally, we come to one of the most critical signs of living above average financially. 9. You invest in yourself. The more you learn, the more you'll earn, Warren Buffett once said. And you know the drill perfectly. You constantly invest in yourself to improve your professional knowledge and skills. This gives you more opportunities in your career, including a higher salary. And if you desire to, you can look for a higher paying job. You're also fearless in learning something new, including a new hobby that you can turn into an income source in the future. As part of investing in yourself, you also take care of your mental and physical well-being, so you incorporate healthy habits like exercise and eating a balanced diet in your life. If you liked today's video, please give us a like and subscribe for more content like this.